Distraction point.
I thought you were going the wrong way. I didn't see that little circle there. Run. Yeah, that's better. The Putamabay share the same ancestors. We were all brothers. But there's no going back to that time now. I'm helping you, Calvin. I know you can't read while you play.
I can read while
Or think.
Blood is thicker than water, or revenge is thicker than blood.
Revenge is thicker than blood. Yeah, read it with angst.
He just conked his head off that telephone pole back.
I'm sure. It's going to crush you. What are you doing?
Ah.
No, this time.
All that's left is to extract the commander.
Don't worry about all the kids, just get the commander kid. It takes so long. I'll get all the little kids later. I know. Eat him! Come on, doggies!
Flawless work.
What are you doing?
You never cease to amaze, boss.
Oh, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. I never played System Shock. I've heard it's good. That was back in like the 90s, I thought, wasn't it? System Shock era?
I remember playing the original Bioshock, not at all what this one is.
System Shock isn't like Bioshock though. I think System Shock's more like Amnesia-ish, but I think you still get weapons and stuff. Yeah, the red guy. Yeah, call your helicopter back.
I hope eventually.
Call your helicopter back.
Okay, I've got plenty of time.
If we call him back now and then you get there.
Oh my gosh.
So you're gonna get there and then wait.
Roger.
You know what I mean?
He's gonna get there before I get there.
Good. Then he's there and you can leave.
I'm just saying I had time to call him before I got there.
I bet you still beat him there. Unless you just stop. So it hopes it. You beat me.
No, I'm not like that. Unless you're being a particular ass.
Particular one?
Yeah.
Like that particular ass right there.
Yeah.
Look at it! A family of zebras. Whoa, what are those?
Same. And they're not zebras. They're wild asses.
Can't say that on Twitch, it's the rules. Put him in the helicopter and then shoot your ass. Eric, do you like wild asses?
Now get out of the hot zone.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes. Pick it up and put it on the helicopter.
I actually prefer them.
You prefer a wild ass?
You can't pick them up.
I know.
They're asses.
You can't pick up a good ass.
And you can't pick up an
Get
ass
in the
back.
helicopter, what are you doing? Time to leave.
Gaining altitude.
99? I thought it was in the 90s sometime.
Oh, kid down there.
I don't like all these kid soldiers. Not liking it.
Neither do a lot of other people.
I love it.
Eric.
Whoa! You like hit me right in the face.
I know.
Subject on board.
That's not cool.
It was empty at least. Was it a slow-mo or no?
Huh?
Was it slow when it hit you?
Yeah, it just pissed me off.
Yeah, I love it. Ah.
Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon, and the hostage was killed in the firefight.
Okay.
Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one. but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care.
Well, I got a lot of guys, like 800 of them.
Right.
Might be number 800. Quarantine platform has been constructed. Move between platforms using iDroid mother base. Okay.
Quarantine platform.
Yeah.
Is that where we put elite soldiers?
Is it not connected to the other platforms?
I mean, probably not. There's-
Quarantined.
Yeah.
Unsanitary.
Well, it happens.
Doggone it.
Some people aren't sanitary. Some people are. Midnight
single
Marshal.
We have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
We're already in the chopper.
It's probably all those unsanitary guys that you have hanging around that you haven't gotten rid of.
It's probably something I brought back on my arm.
Right, dude,
From-
got this dirty dick.
What?
What?
Don't take those showers.
No wonder Quiet was killing people.
I don't think.
Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms.
Ooh.
Parasite larvae, most likely.
Oh, this
We
dust.
didn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine.
Crap, how is this?
Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have
Can we just
no
put everybody in there?
Boss, open
I
your
mean,
iDroid.
they're already all in a quarantine. If you put everyone...
No. We're walking about and doing, hey, how are you? We put them all in a quarantine in their own room. They can't get out. They're stuck there. Everyone will die that's bad. Everyone that's still good is okay.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
I like it. Just drop a nuke on it like Resident Evil did.
That's not a good idea.
I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management.
How are we gonna know who's... We're not even there.
He's gonna expect...
Expect.
First, take a
Explain.
look at the quarantine facility we've set up.
Okay.
We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind them, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast.
Shit.
We're counting on you.
So how are we supposed to just continue our missions, but we also gotta like find people to like quarantine? How are we gonna know who to quarantine?
I don't know.
A triangle. Symptomatic. Will it tell us symptomatic if we scroll through a lot of people?
I mean, these are just the people that are already in.
Yeah, I know those ones are. Go to the other ones. Trying to see if anyone says symptomatic.
Yeah.
Go back to the quarantine area.
How many languages do all these guys speak?
A lot.
You know. Oh, darn. I was thinking.
What?
I was thinking, oh, maybe none of them speak English, but they all speak English. I mean, most of them are bald, except for these two guys.
That doesn't help at all. If they were all bald, I'd be like, put every bald guy in here.
Right?
What are these in here?
There are disease.
Damn dude, LL. Took me 20 minutes to figure this out. Check what the guys in quarantine have in common. They all have one thing in common? Okay, so we were on the right track. Look back at quarantine and try to figure out what they have in common. They all have the symptomatic thing. Is it like a skill maybe? Or a language? God, it's a language thing, right? That sounds weird, doesn't it? The triangle again, is there any other display thing that they have? No. Were they all in the same... Were they all in the same... Can we figure out which... stuff they were in? Skill related maybe?
Yeah, but none of them all have the same skill or rank in that skill.
Maybe higher than something specific? You can figure out what's wrong or just do the next 4 missions as fast as possible.
Well, that doesn't sound like...
And someone else said, do not Fulton anybody, it just makes things more difficult. Eric, what do they have in common?
Penis.
Well, it's true, they all are all men. Is there any other way that we can... There's nothing else that shows it. What language do they all speak?
I know for sure they all speak Pashto, but
They all speak
they don't all
English?
speak. They don't all speak Estonian.
Maybe it's a language related. Maybe people that spoke a certain language were all talking together. You know what I mean?
They all speak English.
They all speak English?
Yeah.
Crap. They all speak Pashto too.
Yeah.
They all speak Kikongo.
Yep. They all speak Afrikaans.
Damn. You said listen to the symptoms tape again.